Yes, indeed. Welcome on this Palm Sunday morning. We bring you into the church and the temple that is Sports Talk. Brought to you by the Sideline Junkies and the Sunday Rise. This morning, when that collection plate comes past you, keep all that jingle, because we prefer the kind that fold. When you putting money into a collection plate that's 24 karat gold. This morning, we have the Midnight Rider, we have the big guy KG. We may be joined by some other people later on in the show because we are talking beer. Hey, beer man, we're talking beer today to close it out. Before we talk about what you eating, we got the women's NCAA, we got the men's NCAA. We're going to just talk a little baseball. Ain't nothing serious going on with that. Then we got the ice, baby. We got the battle over the Iceman trademark that KG wants to get into. We also got a sad rest in peace that we're going to start off with, and then we're going to do our best just to transition off of that and get our show started the right way. You just saw the big guy KG's gender reveal, so he's on the screen with me. It's the two guys. It's the tag team. It's the DC Magic and the MD Magic, baby, bringing you the Sunday Rise as only we can. And with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to the host, the big guy KG. He has to unmute himself first, and then he has to go ahead.
Welcome. Thank you for that rousing introduction on a Sunday morning, getting your week started off the only way we know how. Man, it's been a long week. We got a lot going on, a lot transpiring. We got in DC, we had the Sweet 16, the Elite 8. We $6,000 tickets, but it looked like people had money because them things were sold out and it wasn't an empty seat in the house.
Have you ever been to one of those?
No. Last time we had an option, I think it was 2019. Either 2018, no, it was 2019. And we were talking about going to a regional. So and we looked at some of the tickets. We was like, we ain't got to sit down on the floor. Just being in the building is good. And we looked at a regional, and the tickets were $1,600.
So I know I tell the story all the time. First two rounds I was at. And the funny part was the building is always, it's in quarters. So one quarter of the section is Carolina Blue. There's the Oklahoma Red. There's whoever the four teams are playing. Basically, their fans take up a quarter of the stadium, and you can always tell who's who because everybody wears their colors. So I can only imagine. I was there for the first two rounds, and the intensity there. I can only imagine what the intensity is like at a regional. Good God, that's got to be crazy and off the hook. So go ahead. I'm sorry. Do you want to start with your?
It's all good because I would always love to go to one, but before we get too deep into it, let me just drop this in here so we can get it out the way. We always start our RIPs first. And former Oakland Raider center Barrett Robbins passed away on Thursday.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is nobody remembers how good of a center he actually was. All they remember is the incident the night before Super Bowl 37.
Right.
And he had an incident where he left. I think that Super Bowl's played in California. He left the team hotel and went to Mexico and wound up partying. And when they found him, he was drunk. He was high. He was like, "What are you guys talking about? We won the Super Bowl." And they said, "Barrett, we haven't played the Super Bowl yet." And, you know, they at the time they were saying, "Oh, it was a mental illness." No, he lost track of time and went and got drunk. And him not being on the field, you could see where they were lacking. And I don't think his career ever really recovered from that because that's all they talk about. That's all they ever talk about when you talk about Barrett Robbins, but you never talk about how this man anchored the offensive line, and he made those line calls. He picked up blitzes. He did what you're supposed to do in the trenches. That one thing that he did wrong, that overshadowed his whole entire career. He was later on diagnosed with bipolar disorder, manic depressive, and he came back in the 2003 season, and they only went 4-12, and Raiders released him in 2004 because he tested positive for the clear, that Balco Lab stuff that they say that Barry Bonds used, and I think Giambi and all those guys. But he had troubles after his career. No cause of death was reported, but condolences to his family, his friends, and the Raiders organization. So,
all right.
Respectfully, we'll move on. Do you want to hit the Iceman trademark real quick? Because I don't need a whole lot of time on that.
Just pull our guest up, man.
All right.
You can sit in for that.
Take it over.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have a special guest with us. The lady they call Miss Tara, I call her Whispers, because every time she's supposed to come on the show, she loses her voice. Track superstar at George Mason, T.C. Williams alum, proud parent of a track athlete and a grandma. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tara joins us. What's up, shorty? How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What an introduction, sir. What an introduction.
That's what I do. I do things.
And as you probably can hear in the background, I may have an extra voice with me this morning, but it's all good.
We like Wu-Tang. We like the kids. So it's all good. So I want to ask you a question. I know you're not ready for this, but I know you were a track athlete and you performed at some of the great meets at George Mason. Can you tell us what the energy was like in that building during those events?
Oh, well, by going to T.C. Williams, we've always had our track meets at the Patriot Center. So at the field house. So being in the field house was, a reminiscence of my high school days. And then when I went to college, I was like, oh, I'm familiar with the track. So the energy was always loud and the crowd being supportive. You can't go wrong on Patriots Field, whether the indoor track or the outdoor track. It's just, you get all everyone being as close enough to you. You hear everybody cheering for you and rooting. It always gave you that sense that you had a team right there by your side.
All right, then I always ask people this. I'm gonna ask you this as always. One of your biggest moments, whether it's an accomplishment, whether it's a team goal, whatever, that you had running track or during your time as a track athlete.
Winning back-to-back championships. How can that not be it? My girls, we were one of the only teams, and we had the best coaches with Coach Johnson, Miss Lawson, Futrell, Burgess. We had the best coaches around, from our cross-country team up until all the way through our high jump and long jump. We were phenomenal. We were back-to-back champions, and to do that, is rare. And it was accomplishment that it was great to have with wonderful friends beside me. These young ladies known each other since we were middle school athletes, and once we came together in high school, it just was a click. So to have that talent that we had during that time was phenomenal. And we were the best of the best.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. We're going to get you jumping in and giving us some of your thoughts on the tournament. But first, my guy here, he got a little situation he got to handle with Caleb Williams. So I'm going to let him take care of that real quick. Do you want your intro?
Yeah, because this is beef. Yes, I'll take it.
You got it queued up, or do I need to queue it up?
I got you.
Okay. All right.
Well, we are brought to you here today by youngins not knowing their history. This is where we're brought to you by. So apparently Caleb Williams is trying to trademark the Iceman name. Now, granted, Iceman is synonymous with Marvel Comics, but in the sports world, Iceman is synonymous with one person. You know, other people have been called Iceman, but Iceman is synonymous with none other than George Gervin. Now, he's trying to trademark it. It's not the problem that he wants to call himself the Iceman. Not a problem. It's when you trademark it, you make it so nobody else can use it or make money off of it. Whenever you go to expos of cards or older NBA players, you see George the Iceman Gervin. So that means he wouldn't be able to use that name. And I say this with the utmost respect, love, and admiration for Caleb D'Artagnan Williams. Find your own nickname. Find your own celebration, because I'm looking, they talk about, oh, George Gervin ain't never thrown a dime in Soldier Field and threw it for a touchdown late in the season. I've never heard anybody call this kid Iceman. Not once. I've watched a lot of football the last 2 years. Never heard nobody call this dude Iceman. And his celebration is the ice cold tray. You stole the celebration. You stole the name, dude. Let me tell you something. Because you're a Maryland kid, so you should know this. You don't give yourself a nickname. The hood, the neighborhood, school, they give you a nickname. Iceman is not your nickname. Stop this. And to all the Chicago fans that are saying, well, I ain't never heard of Iceman Gervin. Most of y'all still living in the 80s, and you're still watching your Super Bowl run on Betamax. Stop it. George Gervin was a Bull. George Gervin was a Spur. I knew who George Gervin was before I knew a lot of other players, because guess what? He's a legend. If you can't respect that and you don't understand where it's coming from, imagine you got a NBA SGA. Imagine he starts calling himself Sweetness. And think about how disrespectful that is. It's the same thing. Please drop this trademark thing. Figure out something else. Call yourself something else, because Iceman is not where it's at, because you ain't that cold, brother. You have one good season and now all of a sudden you cold. In this world, some people think they're hot shit, but they're just cold diarrhea. So that's pretty much my rant on Caleb Williams and this Iceman thing. Don't ever disrespect a legend like that, man. Back to you.
Thank you for that rousing diatribe. I appreciate that, man. I don't have anything to add to it. I don't know if you do, Mr. or not.
He said it all.
That's all you, baby. That's why we did your intro. Where do we want to start in the tournament? Do we want to do ladies first and start with the ladies bracket, or
Only if you sing the song right.
You know what?
I'm not gonna sing the song. We got too many songs to sing.
Ooh, ladies first, ladies first. You got come on, man. Come on now. You got to put a little teeth out there.
We're gonna get in trouble for something else too, because we know there's a team that beat a certain team in the women's bracket, and they are the Deborah Coxes of that bracket.
Man.
Oh man.
Here we go, right here. Hit me off.
So we start with. I don't want to talk about my girls yet. Let's start over. Let's start in the Sacramento bracket, where UCLA beats Minnesota. Duke beats. Oh dang! I shouldn't even started here either. I'm sorry, that was dirty. But on purpose. Duke beat LSU. So, AJ, if you want to take over the screen, let's talk to our resident LSU first and see how she feels about the ladies losing last night.
Yeah, that's tough, because that was Flage's last game, man.
Last game, devastating. I was crushed. I'll tell you, I was crushed. As my daughter being an alumni at LSU, and I've also been like at LSU since when Shaq was back there. So it's a thing where that one, I love the colors, but it's just to know the history of the athletes that have come out of that school and university. So to see that at the last minute was like, I was like, wow, they're going to pull this off. Everyone knows LSU is a second half team. And so for them to even get back in the game after being down, because Duke had them from the beginning. The jump ball, Duke really had their number from the actual beginning. Everything was falling Duke's way. And I have to agree with the commentators of it that this is Duke's revenge tour. I mean, they literally showed that they are a talented group of young ladies, and they played their behind off from the beginning to the end. And to see that being Flange's last game, I was like, oh man, I really wanted to see her go out with, going further in the tournament. Not saying that they was going to win it all, but of course we have high hopes that they would have.
Of course. Anything you remember just from that team that stood out to you?
Oh, well, I mean, Flange had an off game yesterday. She was not, performing, but actually this has been that way all season long. So that's why had stepped back to a number 2, and the youngsters were coming in and playing. You got Fulwiley. You have, look, what is the girl name? It just happened on the tip of my tongue. You got Michaela Fulwiley, you got Jada. So all of them, have been stepping up, and the coach made a decision, to help transition Flange from being one of the starting, not necessarily starting, but the one that going to start out the game right. She's, put her in a different role as a leader role, and she fell into it. You could see whenever she went to the bench how she was hyping the team up, encouraging them. She was giving them, all the encouragement, and it just wasn't her game yesterday.
Yeah, it looks like Fulwiley dropped 28 last night, had 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And then for me, the young lady T Fournier, she dropped 22, 9, and 1 assist for Duke. She's been somebody I've been keeping my eye on the whole season.
Yes.
It's interesting how she plays it out, for sure.
Definitely. You've seen them that she's actually been improving each game.
Right.
And she's been playing and you can see that as the tournament going on. And it was wonderful for her to hit that 3 at the end. It's like, what? No. Because she missed it the first time. So it was like, okay. So it was something to see, but I think that it was disappointing at the same time. It's like, dang, just one more game. I just need one more game out of them. Just one more. They messed my bracket all the way up, though.
All right, then we have later on, we're going to stay on Friday night. We got UCLA 80, Minnesota 56. Just what the young lady do, the big lady, Betts had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Nobody really stood out for Minnesota. I didn't see much of this game. I've been watching a lot of baseball this weekend. KG, we had UCLA, right, in our bracket?
I'm pulling it up now because I had to pull up the rankings. The network is number 1 in our rankings.
So in our
we did have UCLA over Duke.
Our bracket challenge, we have a bracket that we all individually do, and then we have one bracket where we do on the show live, and we pick it as whether it's 2 of us, 3 of us, whatever. So that bracket is in first place in our women's NCAA pool. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
But we got right on that bracket's heels is some guy named Tito Fuentes.
Alias, baby. I'm like,
and then Midnight Rider, your personal bracket's in 3rd. My personal bracket, which is Cheryl Miller's boyfriend, is in 4th. Matty Ice, the 2-time winner, looks like he's about to be dethroned. He is in 5th, and Showtime Sarah is in 6th.
Yeah, she was out early because she had NC State being a homer. So
yeah, her bracket, I wish she would have did a second one.
Yeah,
because you got to pick with your heart, and then you got to pick with what Vegas says.
Yes.
Let's see. Staying on Friday night, we had, and I'm doing this on purpose. UConn 63, UNC 42. Of course, the UConn ladies. Sarah Strong, 21 points, 10 boards, 2 assists. Actually, Azzy didn't shoot well this Friday. She only had 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. And now we get to a certain game. You know where I'm going next, right, KG? Because I got to talk about my girls.
Well, I kind of figured that's where you was gonna go because they showed off and they showed out.
So on Friday night, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish beat Vanderbilt 67-64. And if you have been listening to this show at any point at any time during women's basketball season, KG, who's my favorite Notre Dame basketball player?
Hannah Hidalgo.
That's right. Hannah Hidalgo, 31 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and I think she had 10 steals. It's not showing on ESPN, but I think that's the stat line I pulled up. I'm going to verify that before we get going. But, hey, I think this is her last year. You know me. I got nothing but love for her. And there's only one other girl in college basketball that I like. Should we go to their game next, or should we wait a little bit?
Well, let me ask you a question about this game because this matchup sets up UConn versus Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And the 1 versus the 6. And I believe that Notre Dame is your Deborah Cox.
Yes.
How did you get here? But it begs the question: are they just sacrificial lambs here? No, not at all. But it begs the question: you're going up against an undefeated team. Are you just a sacrificial lamb?
Unfortunately, yes. I think I don't know what the number is today for this game. But I love Hannah and she's gonna get her numbers, but they just a carcass in the middle of the road because that's it. UConn gonna take them out. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, but I don't see nobody beating UConn besides UConn.
I disagree. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with that. It's because, like you just said, Hidalgo. She has a strong team behind her, and them girls will play all the way to the end. They may not have as many bigs as UConn, but them girls are going to play every player and every play like it's the last. And I know with the way Hidalgo shoots and the way her defense is, it's going to be a match. It's going to be a match. So this is going to be a very good game. This is almost what it's going to be, honestly, like the championship game, to be honest, because everyone's now looking forward to it.
Ooh, KG?
I think that the only team that can beat UConn, and I said it when we did the picks, I said the only team that can beat this undefeated UConn team is South Carolina, because it's going to be a match of wits.
Ooh. I don't know.
You say what?
You got to use your words. This is a...
No. When he said that, I'm sitting there going back and thinking about, he's absolutely right. Because the coaches are going to sit there and really come up there, but knows everybody's play. They have enough strategies there. So it's going, who can outsmart come with the best place and put the best woman to woman? And to see who is going to be able to come up with the best place to win that. That would be actually it. Because they're going to be, it's a powerhouse. South Carolina's definitely not going to go down. That was who I chose to win it all. I did have it down there, but I'm like, how are we going to do this? And I can't wait. That's going to be a bomb game if it happens. It'll be a bomb game if it happens.
If South Carolina can upset UConn, we talked about Mount Rushmore of women's college basketball. And it's always that fourth spot that's open because you got Gino, Pat.
Come on. Say her name.
You go ahead and say it.
It's Vanderbilt.
Huh?
The winningest coach of women's basketball.
Go ahead and say it.
Vanderbilt.
Okay. That's your third. That fourth one's always open because it could be Freeze. It could be Kim Mulkey. But Dawn Staley has been making a case to be on that Mount Rushmore because of just how she started off her career. She still had an active WNBA career while she was coaching Temple. And she turned that program around. Now she went down to South Carolina and turned that program around. And it's like, yeah, she may be making a case for that fourth spot because she's done it. She's had such a long run. So if she wins this, I think she cements herself on that Mount Rushmore. And I'm leaving a lot of names out. I'm leaving out Kay Yao and Carolyn Peck and C. Vivian Stringer. I'm leaving out some names. But I just think that Dawn Staley she was running alongside them, and now she's starting to push past. So,
all right. So on the Saturday bracket, let's start where y'all started the conversation at. South Carolina 94, Oklahoma 68. Looks like South Carolina came out and just kind of dominated from the start. My girl on this squad is Raven Johnson. She had 18 points, but there's a young lady who wears number 00, Tanya Latson. She dropped 28 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists. So they got some scoring from her. On the Oklahoma side of the ledger, Miss Aaliyah Chavez came out and gave them 21 points, no rebounds, 3 assists. But she was their leading scorer. I didn't watch much of this, but I thought South Carolina was going to win it. I know we had it in our bracket. So the baby, I was going to say the baby can make it on the screen if they want to. We love kids. What did you think about South Carolina? KG? Or if you want to go, Tara, go ahead.
That game was, I knew it was going to be a blowout. I knew it was going to be the way it was. I mean, like you said, South Carolina dominated that game from beginning to end. And they did their best to try to keep the other team in it. That's all I can say. It wasn't, they played. They have a strong team, and they've been able to go through each round and show why they deserve to be and why they are champions. So the difference is now, what can they do, and how much more of their off the bench are they going to get a lot of assists from? And that's where that's going to come from. Chavez and them, they did the best they could do. I mean, they made it to Sweet 16. So now that's it. You got to go home, because South Carolina just they're turning up. And we know South Carolina let you stay in there in the beginning, but second half, they're going to dominate all of it.
All right. KG, your thoughts?
South Carolina is a perfect way to explain how South Carolina plays. They are apex predators.
Oh, okay.
When they see that they want something, they go after it. But once they know they have you wounded, they're going to finish you. They're not going to play around and, we're going to pull the starters and we're just going to kind of just hold the ball. Now they're going for the jugular. They are the type of predator that once they get a hold of you, to steal a famous saying by a famous lady, they want to see the light leave from your eyes.
Damn. Okay.
So that's how I feel about South Carolina. That's why I think this is the year that, and I see you, JoJo. You said Dawn's already on Mount Rushmore. You can't. I mean, you can't put her on Mount Rushmore because Gino's had her number a couple of times. He's had her number more than she's had his. But this is the year. This is the year. They take. And I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead, but this is the year that they take them out. They take out UConn, and this would be perfect.
It would be.
All right, so I'm gonna finish off the rest of the slate real quick. If you want to add a comment about a game, just let me know. We got Texas 76, Kentucky 54, Michigan 71, Louisville 52. Hey KG, who's my other female basketball player that I always talk about?
That would be Olivia Miles, if I'm not correct.
That is correct, sir. TCU 79, UVA 69. Miss Miles drops 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I don't know who I like more, Hidalgo or Miles. I like them both. I like them a lot, a whole lot. I talk about them a whole lot, a lot. So y'all can go ahead and take it from there. I'm sorry, because I don't want to be over here blubbering and blistering about Olivia Miles and how I think she's probably one of the best college basketball players in the country. But so I'll let y'all take it away.
She is that. I agree with you. She is one of them. She's showed her dominance throughout, transitioning. Didn't she transfer from Notre Dame to go to TSU?
Yep.
And so to see that her talent, and she made the right choice. She got herself into a program that not only is she's not a one-man army, but she got a team around her.
Right.
She wanted Notre Dame was not going to necessarily. Well, her dog was there now, but there's a difference. But you can stand out, you can have a team build around you, and what your skills are. And it showed. Everything ball she touched yesterday, she literally was going in. I mean, from her defense and getting down court, I was just like, wow. She really is just throwing them up there, and they're going in. And she's very humble about it all.
Yeah, that was a situation where I think both of them couldn't stay at Notre Dame and get the luster and the shine that they needed. And I think that's kind of why Hidalgo left. I mean, not Hidalgo, why Miles left. KG?
In a perfect world, and we'll get to this later on down the line with the whole thing with the Connecticut Sun being bought and going to wind up moving to Houston. We'll get to that later on down the line. In a perfect world, Hidalgo and Miles hook back up in Houston Comets red and blue, and we got a backcourt reminiscent of Kim Perrott and Cynthia Cooper. And then we just start holding up the fours and we win 4 more championships in a row and become a dynasty again. That's in the perfect world. In a perfect world. But I think TCU gonna give South Carolina a run for their money. I think this is gonna be like a 87-86 game. So they don't look past anybody. Focus on the game you got, but this is gonna be a tough one.
Okay. You go ahead. You can go into the what you want to do next.
Look. I had to throw Kim Perrott in there, so now you ain't got nothing to say. All right.
No. I got it. I got you. I'm keeping track. I got a tracker for you now. It's Kim Perrott mentions. We're at number 1.
You say what?
I said I got the Kim Perrott mention going across the bottom of the screen. You're at 1 so far. I know this is going to get mentioned more than one time today.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
So,
and
so
I've been searching for her jersey online. I can get the pin, but I can't get the jersey. I need an authentic one.
Okay.
So
Let's go comments. Let's catch up.
All right. JoJo said, let's upset UConn. Notre Dame got this. F UConn.
Okay.
Anthony said, I have the Irish beating the Huskies.
Ooh.
Man, if that happened.
Ooh.
JoJo said, UConn got to beat Notre Dame first. Don't look past them. I'm not. But I don't think that's gonna be where it's at. But that's just my opinion. Anthony said the Final Four is going to be Notre Dame versus Duke, South Carolina versus Texas. Then the national championship game is going to be Notre Dame versus Texas. And the national champion will be Texas. And what's crazy, the network has it picked out just like that.
I was about to say, I thought we picked that.
Yeah, we picked it out just like that. Andy said, "Stop glazing on Miles." I mean, you got to get credit where credit is due.
Yeah, that's just one of the best players in the country, man. I mean, I can tell you my top 6 or top 5 is Miles Hidalgo. Whenever Juju comes back, Betts is probably 4, and 5 off the top of my head, doing this without thinking about it. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Miles, Hidalgo, Betts, Juju. Who's my fifth? Strong. Sarah Strong from UConn. That's the fifth. And then behind that is like Fudd and Raven Johnson and those people. But yeah.
Well, I got a 1 and then there's everybody else. It's Audie Crooks and then it's everybody else.
Well, of course, because this fits the show theme. I like the guards. You like the bigs.
Yeah, of course. Because come on now, she's a hold on, take over for me real quick, Midnight Rider.
I got you. Yeah, so Audie Crooks is the end all be all in the eyes of KG. Bigger young lady, plays in the post, does her thing. Terry, do you have a you don't have to do a 5, but who would be your players that you like in women's college basketball? Let's do it that way. That way you ain't got to rank them.
Oh, I'm not going to rank them anyway. But like you said, of course, I do like Strong. Strong, actually, to see her growth over the years and stuff, Strong is really good. Of course, when you said Juju, I don't know if she's going to be the same when she come back, but I hope that, with all the rehab and the time they're taking to really let her come back, that she's going to be stronger than when she left. As far as, like you said, Miles, who else was a good one that I thought about this and going through the tournaments? I can't think of that girl name. Right, touch TCU. I'm trying to get it in my head, sir. Don't rush me like that. Don't do that.
We're just trying to help.
It ain't gonna work like that. It ain't gonna work like that. I'll get someone come back to you and tell you, but I do a lot of faves and stuff. A lot of my, I don't have always say I have faves or favorite teams and things, but I do have a lot of players that I do like.
Okay. KG, you want to finish off what you were saying?
Well, with Audie Crooks, she's I go back and forth with the boss BJ about her a lot. Oh, she's a liability on defense because she doesn't move her feet and this, that, and the other. I said, well, you also got to realize college training is different from WNBA training. And she's going to Iowa State. If she was going to a LSU, a UConn, a South Carolina, she was going to a bigger name school. And Iowa State is a mid-major, to be honest. We still got mid-majors in women's. Iowa State's a mid-major. She was going to a bigger program. You would see a lot more from her. But this woman's putting up 40 a night sometimes. Like, she'll have a run where she'll have 40 plus points a night. You don't just walk into that. You don't just say, well, all right, she's lucking up on that. Yeah, but now what they're doing with her is they're doing a hacker shot. What they do is when they get her under the basket after she gets a rebound, they foul her hard. I'm talking about they foul her to the point that they're knocking her to the floor. Now, that's only going to go so far before she starts swinging. That's all I'm going to say.
That's funny. Yeah, because BJ sent me a video of some lady trying to cook Audie Cooks in her comment section. So now it explains the reason he sent that to me. It's part of you guys thing.
Yeah,
y'all like brothers.
He always got something to say. He say, man, she got to lose weight so she can do this and she can do that. Okay, let me ask you a question. You say she got to lose weight so she can move, but she was moving. I've been watching her since high school, and you got to put on weight when you play in the paint, especially when people want to play aggressive with you. You can't be no Wembanyama. Like, Wembanyama would not make it in the 90s with aggressive play because he'd be broke. Taking elbows to the chest, his whole clavicle done broke, and his shoulders and touch because he got elbowed in the chest by somebody like Joe Klein. Come on now. Constantly, this cat. I'm this.
All right, let's finish off comments and then let's jump to the men's side. Let's take a break after we do the comments.
Okay.
Jump to the men's side.
All right. we got Andy said we need to bring back the Miami Soul. Well, that was your Connecticut Sun. JoJo said that's wild. They couldn't do that in college. Not sure how it works in the league. And he said, as much as I like Hannah, she's not one of the best overall players in basketball. She's very one-dimensional. Whoa! That's a hot take.
We will not take any Hannah slander here. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know. One-dimensional. She gives you triple doubles. How is she one-dimensional? It'd be different if she only scored points and she gave you 30. She gives you 30, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and then 10 steals. Where's the one-dimensionality in that? No, we're not doing this today, Anthony. You know what? Mark Duper sucks. That's what I'm gonna say to you, Anthony. If you want to do this Hannah Hidalgo salacious talk, Mark Duper sucks.
I mean, her getting double-digit steals or close to double-digit steals a night, that shows she could play defense.
I don't know.
Jeez.
I need him to pull up her numbers because I think he missed something. He confused her with somebody.
Yeah, he confused her with somebody because he ain't talking about her.
Not
she ain't
at
the
all.
one. Billie Jean.
I
It ain't my son.
All right. Take a break, come back, and we'll do the men's side.
Let's go.
Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sunday Rise, brought to you by the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. This is the show that if you ain't starting your week off with us, then you ain't starting your week off right. So I see that we got people here already, and I don't see enough people. So a whole lot of people ain't starting their week off the right way. It is myself, the Midnight Rider, the big guy KG, and a special guest, Miss T, Miss Tara, jumping in with us to give us some basketball talk. And here we go. Anthony is starting to slander. I don't know what got in his cornflakes today. I don't know who peed in his Cheerios. But go ahead, let's read Anthony's comment. Let's go.
He said, first of all, just because you have steals doesn't mean you can play defense. That means you have to recover really badly because someone passes you. Not if you facing somebody up and you pick in the pocket. Now, Jason Kidd used to have this move where if you went by him, he would kind of olay you, and then he would poke the ball out your hand as you go by, and he's on a fast break. That counts as a steal. Or he would kind of let you go by and then reach around you and get the steal. Now that's a foul, but it was one of those things, man. That's defense. Sometimes you gotta make it look like it's weak, and then all of a sudden, boom, you got the steal. You gone the other way for easy points. You are Tina Marie in this situation, Anthony. You are out on a limb.
Let's go with that. I don't have to go no further because you know what he's doing.
Oh, that sounds like rage bait to me.
He out here chasing waterfalls. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He don't even understand that. He got to stick to the lakes and the rivers that you're used to. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. Let's go. Come on.
All right. Let's pull up the graphic for the men's tournament. Because
so now we gotta go back to Thursday.
The
right?
Elite 8 is this weekend.
So let me try to see if I can get back to Thursday's scores. The men's tournament, I'm gonna tell you right now, Illinois. I don't know if you saw. There's a guy. Hold on. Now here's a guy, KG. Baby Stojakovic, at Illinois, doing his thing, playing some ball. Actually doing something his daddy couldn't do, and that's make big shots. But I probably shouldn't say that. That sounds like a Laker fan coming out of me. I apologize. Because I was in a bar when the Lakers played the Kings. It was me and 4 other Lakers fans and the rest of Bar Love in Sacramento. And Stojakovic shot the air ball that's heard around the world. But I'm gonna stay on topic. And let's run through these scores real quick. Because we up against it in terms of time. So on Thursday night, Purdue 79, Texas 77. I'm sorry. Iowa 77, Nebraska 71. So Iowa gets the Deborah Cox. Oh, you got yourself on mute. Come on, you got one job, man. You got one job.
How did you get here?
All right. Illinois beats Houston. Arizona beats Arkansas. On night 2 of the Elite 8, Duke beats St. John's 80-75. Michigan 90, Alabama 77. UConn beats my Izzos 67-63. And Tennessee pulls another Deborah Cox.
How did you get here?
76-62. On Saturday, as we get closer to the Final Four, 2 tickets have been punched. Illinois 71, Iowa 59, and Arizona 79, Purdue 64. I'll do it this way. Let's say, what are your thoughts, feelings, what you see, what you like, what you didn't like? Talk to me. Anybody can start. Go ahead. You want to start. Go ahead, Tara. Go ahead.
I mean, this men's tournament has definitely been one for the books. I literally, my brackets, I play on like different all type of bracket pools, and I was a toss up when I went through and did the games. As KG mentioned earlier, sometimes you do more than one bracket. I did like 6, and I'm like the upsets here and there. Starting at the beginning, look at High Point, and who would have thought High Point? But I did. The thing about it was I chose them to beat Wisconsin. It's like, where did that come from? But looking at what's going on, I definitely have been impressed with Tennessee. I'm like, wait, y'all still in it? Y'all still in there? Wow. Okay, y'all surprising me. And coming from the SEC like that, I'm like, okay, they still in it. The Michigan State UConn game, that was a good game. I like the way that game went down. I thought St. John's actually had Duke's number because they led that game, and Duke was struggling. The Boozer brothers were not on their game that day, but Duke, as we know, they're a second-half team, and the boys came back. The Michigan-Alabama game, I thought it would have been closer, but Michigan, they're part of my Final Four. And showed by they were number 1.
KG?
I'm gonna put it to you this way. It pissed me off, number one, that Duke beat St. John's. That pissed me off. That was 1. 2, it pissed me off that Michigan State beat UConn.
You mean other way around?
I'm sorry, that UConn beat Michigan State. Yeah.
Other way.
That pissed me off. 3, Arizona would not be in the position that they in if it wasn't for Bryce James. Let's just call a spade here.
Okay.
And 4, this might be shaping up to be a daggone Michigan versus Duke national championship. And I'm afraid of that because we got to see that, and that was a good game, but I'm afraid that that's going to be the outcome.
All right. So what's on the schedule for the day? What's left? I'm sorry, I don't have mine.
You got Michigan versus Tennessee. I think that's the early game.
All right. So Michigan's winning that.
2-15.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw Tennessee early in the year, and this is why I live by one of my mantras where I don't care who you are in January. Tell me who you are in March. Because when I saw Tennessee in January, I would have never put Tennessee this far along in the tournament because I thought Tennessee couldn't shoot or hit the broadside of a barn. They couldn't do anything right. They were a team you can't get right. And now watching them succeed and get to this spot, yeah, I'd have lost the house. I'd be coming to sleep on somebody's couch or just asking y'all to Venmo me like 20 cents so I can get something. I don't care because this wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't. I didn't see Tennessee going this far. Ooh, that's a nice back. All right, they ran UCLA. Well, I'm sorry. I saw a highlight of Duke, and they just ran this play that we used to run at Bosco called UCLA. Beautiful play. Do you guys even watch? I'm gonna go sidetrack. There's this blogger. He does plays. So he'll diagram the play out, and then he'll put the highlight of the team running the play. So you got different views of a lot of team runs the concept horns, and he'll run a horns play based on the team and the way they get into their play action stuff. Maybe I'm just a basketball nerd, and this might be me being a nerd, and I appreciate that, and I understand that. But do you guys watch any of those videos?
Not dibble and dabble.
Okay. I haven't.
Anytime. All right. I'll when I get one that I like, I'll tag both of you in it. It's just the way. It's kind of the way I got into when I was coaching basketball. I used to always go. There was a website I used to go to, and they had a bunch of plays, and I used to pick out the ones that I like, and then I used to also have there's this NCAA CBS Sportsline NCAA page where you can watch any basketball game from the tournament going back to like 2005. And at that point, it was earlier than that because I think I was looking at it in 2012. And you can watch any game you want. And I used to watch Izzo run his 1-4 action at the high post. I used to love that play. Then he had another play that's kind of like if you ever played a team that used to love stat concepts, but instead of you starting in stat, Michigan State would have their bigs on the post and their wings would come down and basically go into stack formation. So the wings had the option to go in and run the screens and pop out on the other side, or they could go in and give you the Reggie Miller half and then pop back out. And I know I'm nerding out right now, and I apologize, but it's part of the reason I fell in love with Izzo. It's the real reason I fell in love with Izzo. But like I watch his offensive concepts, and KG, you know, it's March, and there's one thing that happens in March when it comes to me. I have a big love affair with Izzo, and I would take Izzo over everybody.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But the way you feel about Izzo, I've never been able to put it into words, but that's how I feel about Thompson.
Yes.
I fell in love with his basketball mind at a young age. And hearing him talk and, you know, on a daily basis about concepts and then watching film and like, that's what he meant. That's how I feel about John Thompson.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Where we at next?
Anthony got a question.
Uh-oh.
He said, who's the biggest threat left in the Elite Eight to Duke, in your honest opinion?
Everybody. I mean, I just don't fear Duke. I just don't. It's something about Boozer that I see. Do I say it? Should I say it, KG?
Say the weird thing.
Well, which Boozer?
Cam, the one that's actually going to be leaving this year. He has a very Hansborough look to me. Like he's a solid basketball player, but I don't think he does anything at an elite level. Like I just don't see great. I see really good, but I don't see great. Like I think his basement or his floor is Jahlil Okafor. What's your other guy that you love? Bagley. That could be his floor. Marvin Bagley is his floor.
Marvin Bagley disappointed me. I thought he was going to be way better than what he was. But go on.
I think him being equal to his daddy is his ceiling. I don't think he can be better than his dad. Yeah, this is again. I'm just one black man speaking my thoughts and speaking my truth, and I own my truth. And I'll come in here in 5 years, and if he's averaging 30 and 10, you know what I'll say, KG, because I've done this before. I was wrong.
True indeed, and you have. I'm gonna say this: the way things go, with basketball players, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you have a superstar dad, and when I'm saying superstar, I'm talking
right,
Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Dr. J.
Oh, we don't want to talk Magic Johnson.
What? You got a superstar dad. The child never.
His son doing something with balls, but we ain't the ones we talking about.
You know what? Oh gosh, did you really have to go there? Really?
He did.
Hey, he's a ball handler. Just not like his daddy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Jesus. The kid never progresses to the level of dad.
Right.
Look at I hate to say it because I know he's going to be good. Bronny James is going to have a solid career once he get from underneath his dad's thumb and he's able to really, really get going. He's going to have a great career. Elijah Arenas, when he comes up, he's going to have a great career.
That's my guy.
But when your dad is not the greatest, i.e., your dad was solid. Dell Curry, solid. Dell Curry was a star in my opinion because I was a big Dell Curry fan. And now look at his son, considered one of the greatest shooters of all time. Not the greatest because his name is not Larry Joe Bird, but you look at Joe Bryant and Kobe Bryant. You know, you look at that and he's like, okay, I think with the Boozer boys, especially Cam, he is definitely going to be better than his dad because his dad was only a 2-time All-Star. Made one All-NBA team, made the second team All-Rookie team, and that's all of his NBA accolades right there. Only averaged 16 points and 9 rebounds. Cam's going to be way better. He does have 2 golds and a bronze, but
right.
Cam is going to be way, way better than his dad. He's going to surpass his dad. I think what's the other one? Caden. I think he's going to surpass his dad as well. Okay. I mean, and I'm not saying that to shit on Carlos Boozer because that's my guy. You know, in NBA 2K and what was that, 2K9, I traded for him and put him and Drew Gooden together. And I had like a front court that nobody could get past. So, and I'm just saying their parents are going to be very proud of them when they make their Naismith Hall of Fame induction speeches.
So you think let me ask this question. Will Cam have a shoe polish hairline?
No, because his dad would tell him. His dad even regretted that. His dad was like, man, dude told me to do it, and I did it. He's like, man, the worst thing I ever did in my life.
I'm sorry.
But the only thing that I think that he won't accomplish that his dad accomplished, he won't be able to rent out his California mansion to Prince, and Prince paints it purple. So,
all right. I guess that's just silly of me to think that Boozer may not be as great as everybody else thinks he is. KG, here we go.
All right, Denise. Andy said, KG, you like Thompson. Midnight likes Izzo. My favorite coach in terms of how he coached was Jerry Tarkanian. Oh, Tark is sharp.
I think you should like the guy that used to be at Miami Mr. Larinaga, because that's one hell of a coach to get the things that he got out of the players. Whether you think it's GMU, Go Mason, or the Hurricanes. I mean, that's one hell of a coach right there.
Absolutely agree with that. Anthony said this is why some of these kids with superstar parents end up playing the opposite sport that their parents were successful in. Yeah,
That's true. But
that's
they
true.
don't do well in the opposite sport either. So they should just go stick with it. The best, actually, I'm gonna give you a player to keep an eye out for. I think he's ranked number 1 right now. It's Marcus Spears' son. And people will only think of Marcus Spears as a defensive tackle at LSU. But Marcus Spears, when he came out of high school, was a top-rated basketball player and a football player at the same time. But his body was built better for football. That's why Marcus Spears plays football, didn't play basketball.
Doesn't his daughter play volleyball too? Ain't she one of the top volleyball players?
Yo, this why I keep you around, dog. This is what we do, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you drive.
Oh,
And Tim checking in, he said Boozer was a better pro than a college player. I disagree. I think he was a better college player. A better college player than he was a pro. I think he was solid in the pros, but he was a star in college, and I'm surprised he even lasted to the second round.
Tim, stay around. You know we got the bid section coming up next.
And this right here is where I don't agree with. I've watched Bronny James. I've watched Bryce. I've watched all of these superstars' kids. I watched the Ball brothers, and I always thought Lonzo was the best. I said Jello was second, and then Melo was third because Melo's game in high school ain't gonna translate in the NBA, but the NBA has changed, and I had to eat crow with that. But Bronny is not ass. He just doesn't get the opportunity. They expected him to be this phenom that his dad was coming out of high school. You're expecting proverbially the second coming. It's not going to happen. Now, I watched LeBron James from 11th grade until now. And what he was doing in high school, no, not happening. Nobody else is coming out doing that. He was a grown man at that time. He was a grown man in high school. I wish he still had some of that fire and intensity now, but he was a grown man in high school. Not going to happen. That's what everybody's expecting. This kid got to develop. I still think he should have stayed in college and just went to a better school than USC, right, and really got going. But Bronny's going to be all right. Trust me, he's going to be all right because he has the skill, he has the fundamental, and the kid wants to ball. That's all he want to do. Well, didn't he have 26 points the other night?
Yeah, something like that. He had a good night a couple nights ago.
Something like that.
Yeah,
what about Kion Anthony?
Ooh. It's I'm gonna give him the Luther curl because it ain't just curled yet. You know, it's there. You see it. You see the potential, but it just ain't. It just ain't curled yet. That's all I'm gonna say. That's how I'm gonna say because I think I like his game, but I like Elijah. I'm gonna tell you right now, if Elijah comes out and I got the 25th pick in the first round, I'm taking Elijah Arenas over anybody else. I don't think there's any other quality player in the draft because I don't think he goes in the top 10. I don't think he goes in the top 15. I think he's in the next 15. And if I got to pick, if I'm the Wizards, I don't think so. But like the Knicks or somebody else, I would take my shot on Arenas. I stand on the table and lose my job over Elijah Arenas.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna put it back in there. We got to talk.
Whoa! What's this? This sounds like a setup. Do you think?
Dwayne Wade does have a son that plays basketball, the oldest one.
Oh, okay. You know what?
His oldest son is actually a
Let me just
beast, but
skip this one.
he gets overshadowed by everybody else's son.
All right, let's skip this. This isn't fair. Because I can't do this. I can't.
And Anthony asks, Tara, who's your favorite coach of all time in women's college basketball, WNBA terms of how they coach? I'm assuming you probably say Pat Summitt.
Nope, not her. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. I said that with outside voice. My bad. My bad. Go ahead. There's certain people I know. I just know that's not going to be your person. Go ahead.
He's right. That's not my person. Who would I say, Ben? Who would I say?
Huh?
Who would I say?
I don't know.
You know it's gonna be Pat.
I'm not gonna say.
Yeah,
I just know Pat ain't your person. So go ahead and tell me who your person is, because I'm curious now. But I know it ain't Pat.
I'm gonna come back to that, Anthony.
Okay. Nah, he good.
All right. And Tim said, a McDonald's All-American that averaged 14 points a game in high school. Please, Bronny his ass.
Ooh,
we was watching something totally different.
So you want to?
I watched him at Sierra Canyon. And Anthony said, because I read somewhere that Dwayne Wade's son might go to Marquette.
That's fitting. I don't think your boy Cream is still there. Wade's son. Oh gosh, skip that one. It's worse than me. Oh, that's my boy, yo. Oh, we operate with the same brain sometimes. You want to take a break and then come back to beer?
All right, let's take a break. We come back with beer. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. This is the Sunday Rise. Welcome, because this is the best way to start your week off than starting your week off with us. Again, it's me, the Midnight Rider, the big guy KG, and Miss Tara, and a baby. We don't know the name yet, so we got. If you want to drop the baby's name so he can get his royalties off of this show.
Yes, Jakari.
All right, there we go. So real quick, I want to take a. You know me, I gotta talk baseball because this is what I do. Sport I love. We had opening day on Thursday, opening day on Friday. Games this weekend. It's part of the reason why I probably didn't watch as much basketball as I would have liked to. But I keep telling people all the time. We had this argument a couple weeks ago about guys that play first base. There's something special about guys that play first and can actually save outs and save errors. We saw that a lot this weekend. So when you go see your favorite plays from this past week, realize that no matter what that shortstop did and getting the ball or catching the ball, when he threw it across the diamond, it probably wasn't hitting the first baseman in the chest. So there we go. I'm gonna leave it that way. Looks like we don't really have much in that term of any more comments on anything. So
I got a question for you, baseball related.
Go ahead. Hold on. Let me take that off the screen and come back to baseball.
Baseball related, because we were talking about first base, right? We were talking about first base. What was that, Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Or was that Wednesday? Or was that Thursday? Whatever night we were talking baseball. And I meant to ask this, but we didn't have the time. If you're training the first base, let's say this kid is coming up, you're doing little league. Would you suggest this kid take dance classes, yoga, things like that if they're going to play first base?
Did
And
you
I'm
see?
not trying to be funny.
No, I
I'm
know.
actually being serious.
No. So that kid. So what you're talking about, and it's great that you even brought this up because there's a play. I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday. Vladdy stretches for a ball, digs it out of the dirt, and then ends up like basically in a split on his face. Now I'm gonna tell you this. Doing splits at first kind of happens. I don't know if you can train for it. If you got it, you got it. It's one of those things like if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Um, I had it back in my day. I could do the splits. Or I at least go into like a hurdler stretch in the worst case scenario. But it's a natural thing because you're gonna figure out where you meet the baseball at a certain path. Like the other night, I think it was opening night. Bryce Harper made a great play on a chopper coming to first. So there was a chopper coming to first. The chopper made it. It was at its height, and it was coming down. And he knew that if he didn't catch that on the moment that it hit the ground to come up, he wouldn't have made a play because that ball could have either hit the bag. It could have done so many other things that it was just one of those situations where he had to stop the bounce. He made the stop, stepped on the bag, and the Phillies got out of the inning. So like I always tell you, man, first baseman, in my biased, humble opinion, are one of the most important people in baseball.
I can agree with that. But I just wanted to ask that because
nah, you cool, man.
Nobody ever talks about baseball training, and flexibility is a thing at first base because you really have to be able to. I mean, that's one of the hot corners. It's a
dude. I'm gonna tell you. I
don't know if you guys ever seen it, but it's a softball guy. He used to play baseball, but he shows the different speeds of balls being hit to third base.
Yep.
And it's a first person view. And I sat there and I watched it the other day and I watched a couple of his videos and I'm like, yeah, I've never seen third base get that much action before, but good grief.
Dude. So I'm glad you even brought that up because there's a moment I'm playing first base. We're at Bishop O'Connell. Their first baseman is a lefty. He's 6'4", 225 in high school. I don't know what this kid has done the rest of his life, but he's up at bat, and they've got two runners on. And I look to our dugout, and my coach is saying, corners in. He says corners in, and I'm over there like this. Nope, no. He's like, no, corners in. I'm like, no. Because then I see my boy, who I thought was my boy, who's the catcher, he calls a fastball in. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Nah. We going fastball in and we got corners in? Needless to say, that ball went past my head so fast and I ducked out of the way. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I ain't going to sit on here and give you some heroic story where I was like, oh, I caught it. No. I got out of Dodge. I made a business decision. And my business was keep my front teeth. So I got out of the way. I looked in the dugout. I almost wanted to give my coach the finger, but hey, man. So first ain't as bad as third because third everybody's mostly right-handed. But when we get those lefties, yeah, business be happening. And you gotta be smart about what you gonna take or try to catch and what you ain't gonna catch. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
All right.
So KG, can I chime in your question? I think that in any sport they should do baseball, yoga, yes. Yoga, some type of Pilates, yes. And the reason dance, I wouldn't necessarily say dance, but yoga, yes, that's going to give them more of that flexibility. The same thing I did when I used to be a football manager. We had the big guys out there like, no, y'all need to run. And it was even started by coaching track. A couple of players said, your mother, we were field throwers, and your mother was like, y'all need to get out there and run. And that's when you start seeing the big guys and the field throwers out there doing 60-yard dashes, and started to get them doing the hundreds, because you got to get that body moving as well. It's not just about their strength, but you got to keep that cardio up as well. So I do think the flexibility that comes with these different, of the different sports that are out there, and the strength training. I mean, look at it. What did LeBron James says? He spends over $100,000 a year just to keep his body together,
Right.
so they can play this season. So that says a lot for any athlete. So starting them young, introduce them to different things so that they'll sit there and know how their body's going to get that flexibility for longevity, and not just for the sport they're in right now.
Couldn't say it better.
Well, that question was coming from a former kid that used to take dance classes in middle school.
I ain't need no dance.
I took a dance class in middle school. It was mandatory. They was like, if you're gonna take gym, you got to take dance for half a year. And we was like, oh, we don't want to take no damn dance. But we actually, my drama teacher was actually my dance teacher. So I was like, oh, cool. All right, I'll take her class. So it was cool because I knew. So, well, what you say, Midnight Rider?
I said, I bet you did take her class.
Yeah, I mean, man, Rhonda Perry. She used to dance with Alvin Ailey, man, of course. And she was my drama teacher. 6th and 7th grade. She was my drama teacher. So
I naturally had oily hips, so I was good. These hips don't lie.
And a high butt. Don't forget about your backside being high. Just saying.
Look, I've been telling my wife and my kids that look, I just got a high butt. That's all. I'm like Sinbad. I got a high butt.
Not you. I don't even know you. I wasn't referring to you. I was talking to Midnight Rider.
Oh shoot!
What's up next? Don't we have a topic coming up?
We do.
Okay. Let's get to our topic. Let's stay on
Trent
track.
Williams and Andy said Trent Williams, a former Dolphin tackle, Armstead said they did ballet when they were younger. That's why they have great feet. Yeah, Lynn Swann did ballet. This is what you do. You do these things.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's just get to let's keep going. Let's keep the party going.
Hey, beer man. This is where I don't think we changed it. This is supposed to be your beers. That
all right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say so. I think the way I want to do it is, or we should try to attack it, because we could be here all day talking beers, especially if Tim Watkins chimes in. I think there's some beers that when I walk into a bar, I have this one talent, and it's a useless talent, but I can sit in a bar and they be like, "Oh, you want a beer menu?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good," because I know all the beers by their taps. So you take me to a bar, I can go, I know this is that, this is Loose Cannons, this is blah blah, just by seeing the tap thing. So I think I went out with Jack about a year ago, and I walked into the bar, and there was 3 beers that I had to have. They had a Two Hearted IPA. I had to have that. They had Peroni. I had to have that. And then they had a Raging Bitch. I had to have that. Those are my top 3. Like if I go into a bar and it's on the tap, that's probably my first 3 automatics, no matter what. Like I could even send you, KG, if you go to a bar with me and you see it, you'd be like, "Hey, he wants the Two Hearted," and I won't be mad at you. Like I gotta go to the restroom, you gotta order me a beer. That's what you can order me, and you'll never fail. No. Anything by Bell's. Bell's has a collection of beers, and all you got to see is, it's funny because it's like in small letters across the bottom of the ribbon, it says Bell's. If it says Bell's, I don't care what they got. You order it for me, we good. I don't know if Tara has a beer list that she has to have or that she likes.
No, I'm not a beer girl. I always said I'm alcoholic, so I'm straight liquor, no beer.
So what's your liquor of choice?
I mean, I depending on what day it is, I may do dark, I may do white.
All right, so we going. This is
But
dark day.
Dark day, well, see, I'm gonna go back. I'm an old fashioned kind of girl, but I'll stick with just give me a straight Long Island iced tea, and I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, and then if you want to go white or light,
White or light, I'm gonna do some vodka, or I may do some tequila shots. It depends on my mood. Like today, watching some games, I probably end up doing a little tequila shots. I may make something with a little tequila in it today. Maybe
what's
a
your
little tequila
choice?
sunrise. My tequila choice. Oh, so I have some stuff I brought back from Mexico. I keep that, I keep that today because that's pure. But
Right.
here I would go with some. It depends. I may do some reposado. You give me a little Don Julio or 1800 or the black 1800 black.
Okay. KG.
Well, I don't have a dog in the race, but I was going to ask you a couple of questions.
Let's go.
All right. Now this is just throwing out some names. One is this is old school. Like I've only seen one person ever drink this beer, and that's the what's that? The Grouch Premium coming to green.
That's a automatic.
Yeah.
So I'll drink a Grouch. So all right. So Grouch and Peroni are my sandwich beers. So if I get like a hoagie from somewhere or like a club, I'll drink a Grouch with that, or I'll get a Peroni to drink with that.
Okay. Now we talked about when we started this discussion, we were on air and we talked about Yingling and the different summer shandies and the different flavors that for the time of the year. Are you are you a Yingling guy?
I'm not a Yingling guy unless I'm doing volume. If I'm doing quality, I'm figuring out something else. But I like a Yingling. I'll take a Budweiser. I'll take Corona, Heineken. Like I'll take all those things, but my those aren't my like must-haves.
Okay. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
That's a Courtney beer. Courtney's my niece, my 111. I will drink it, but it's not I'm not doing Pabst as a requirement. It's the beer that's in the room and we're drinking beer, kind of a thing.
Okay. Now, you used to be before the Nationals came to town. You were an Orioles fan, correct?
No.
No,
never been
you was a
I
Cleveland fan.
I hate Baltimore. Baltimore could get stuck in the middle of a bridge and get ran over by a tractor trailer, and I'd be happy about it. I literally used to drive past because I used to date somebody in Baltimore, and I would drive past and ceremonially give Camden Yards the finger as I drove past on 295.
Good grief. So that's a note to the Natty Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't drink a Natty Bowl if it was the last beer.
That's not true because I like beer. So if it's the last resort, it's 2:00 and I gotta go home with somebody. Yeah. Hold on. This is the biggest lie that I've ever seen on Sports Talk. He said if I did drink. Hold on, dog. We've been doing this too long. We've been doing this too long. He said if I did drink, it's got to be a seasonal Sam Adams and a House One on tap that's dark. What's the seasonal there was a seasonal Sam Adams that it was something 44. Tim, if you remember the 44 Sam that we used to drink, I mean, because of course we don't drink beer, but I'm just saying, you know, if it happened, like if a beer fell in our hands and we had to drink it, just give me your thought. What was that one that was the 44? It was like an IPA 44 or something like that. But talk about the Sam seasonals that you like, Tim.
And Anthony said my favorite root beer are Borland's and Spencer's, and my favorite cream soda is Fitz cream soda. Now hold on. Now you coming in my territory now. We talked about root beer. A&W root beer is tops. Then you got Barks. Then you got Mug. That's it. When it comes to cream soda, A&W cream soda is good, but nothing beats a Giant brand cream soda. When they used to sell them things in 6-packs in a little blue can, my godmother would go and pick up the 6-pack of those for the weekend.
We doing this? We gonna do this? This is how you want to do it?
We can do this.
Dude, nothing was better than the Safeway Select sodas. The fruit punch and the orange soda with the Safeway Select on the side of the can.
Okay.
Dude, what?
I'll give you that. That was until they changed the recipe. Because it is water now.
Back when that S&S was on the Safeway Select.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll give you that. But
I'll shake your head. You know, ho. She act like she don't know. She know. Go ahead. Talk.
No, I'm laughing because I'm sitting there like, hold on. But I don't drink dark soda, so the root beer conversation, like, nah, you ain't gotta worry about me and none of that beer. But you know, fruit punch, ginger ale, all that stuff, you got me. Safeway Select, yeah, but y'all can have that.
Man, Safeway Select was on point, dog. They used to sell them. They even had their own soda machine. You get them joints for 25 cents or 50 cents. What?
Yes.
And then back in the day, we had the Sears up on ML off of Alabama Avenue, and they sold food. So you go in the Sears and get you a hash smoke, a hot dog, a burger. Man, come on, bruh. Back in 1990, man, Sears was the joint, dog. Sears was like his own carryout.
Yeah. Now, but I'm gonna mess your head up real quick. Now, you want to talk about beers?
Okay.
Fanta Birch beer.
Okay.
The greatest beer that I've ever had. That tops my root beer conversation. That's up there next to cream soda, because cream soda is the top for me, and then it's Birch beer right next to it. You go to Jiffy's on Allentown Road. Get you a whole steak and cheese. Lettuce, tomatoes, extra mayonnaise, double fried onions, a little bit of hot peppers, maybe a couple pickles. Get you a bucket of fries that you know you're not going to finish and you got to reheat at 2 o'clock in the morning. Get you a large Fanta Birch beer. You might make it home and you might not. Because the smell of that sandwich, the taste of that soda, it's going to take you on a trip and you're going to be good. Just my opinion, though. But now I can't get Fanta Birch beer. I got to order that from out of the country. So I got to settle for Pennsylvania Dutch Birch beer. What? And they also have a orange creamsicle that is like that.
We got anything in the comments? Because we probably got like 10 minutes before the boss tells us we gotta go.
Yeah. Well, let's run through the comments. Andy said if I drink liquor, my favorite is Don Pedrino 12 year.
Oh.
Tim said, hell, is she married? Andy said
conversation.
Don Pedrino 15 year tequila.
Okay.
And he said, KG, sorry, tried Yingling, tastes like bath water. That's why I don't drink beer anymore. Oh shoot.
Here we go.
Hey, player, watch that Orioles talk.
Just in case you are uninitiated, Timothy Watkins in the last 40 years that I've known him has never called me by my name. My name has always been Player. So,
see, I knew at one point in time somebody was going to show up and piss me off today. This is 2 shows in a row. Just because you had a bad experience and you're not a condiment person, that's on you that you're not a condiment person. But when I order a sandwich, I like to have lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise on my sandwich. You are like your nephew, the youngest one, and you like to order it with just green peppers and meat. That's your problem. You want to eat bread, meat, and peppers. I'm dry sandwich ass having up. If you don't know how to properly order a steak and cheese, that is on you. Just say that. You don't even know how to properly order 5 wings and French fries because you're not a condiment person. Please don't start with me. Not today, Brian. Not today, Brian. We can have this food talk all you want. Now, let me go ahead. Let me come off my soapbox. Let me say something. Your sister-in-law don't make her come out there. But I'm gonna say something about Brian, the boss B. When I tell you this man will get a brisket and cook a brisket, and that thing be juicy and just fucking flavorful, I gotta give him his flowers. He does not know how to order a steak and cheese. He does not know how to order 5 wings and French fries. But the man can cook a brisket.
All right.
The man can cook a brisket. That's his only saving grace. The man can cook his brisket. That's it. But everything else, you're trash. You're trash. You're a plaything to me. Anthony said, I'm also obsessed with the Butterbeer at the Harry Potter Land at the Universal Studios in Orlando. I've heard about that. They actually have a popcorn that's a Butterbeer popcorn that's really, really good too. Oh, you got the recipe.
Uh-oh.
I'm about to get Butterbeer popcorn, baby.
What else we got?
Butterbeer recipe too. Boss says shouldn't need condiments to make the sandwich. You can't eat a dry sandwich, Brian. Who wants dry meat?
Whoa.
Who wants dry meat? And I mean that in every sense of the word. Who wants dry meat?
Pause. Good God. Goodness gracious. Got a little reckless there.
It is. He said the front door to Jiffy's is trash. And brisket with no condiments. All right, man.
Nah, you gotta put, hold on. You gotta
and I'm gonna have to call him after we I'm about to lay into him as soon as we get off here.
Nah, you gotta have some brisket with some barbecue sauce at least.
No. When he makes that brisket, you don't need anything on it. Like when I say you don't need anything, you don't need anything.
I get that, but I'm saying when I order my brisket from D City Smokehouse, they send the barbecue sauce with it. I get my bread. I put the brisket on the bread. I put the barbecue sauce on the bread and then we eat and we enjoy ourselves. And I'm having a fat man moment in that time. You know what I'm saying? I am extra fat. I am happy that I'm fat. And I love the fact that I'm fat. There's a reason I call myself Fat Poet. It's the reason I call myself Fat So Christian. I'm happy with my fatness.
Hey, let me tell you, B, you in the comments. We got to figure out, we've been talking about it. We need to figure out how we can get the grill from Jim. You can get that brisket. You got to cook. He cooks that thing almost all day.
Yo, we gotta cook that brisket. We gotta have a look.
Once you have it, you ain't gonna need anything.
All right, let's go to any thoughts you got on any sport, anything that's going on today. I want to say shout out to the Tennessee Vols and Vanderbilt because they're playing right now on my screen. Baseball, college baseball. Another thing that I'm about to get into because I love me some baseball. Either one of you two have anything that you want to wrap up or talk about that we haven't touched on?
Well, only thing I got is the Connecticut Sun possibly moving to Houston to become the Comets. I'm 50-50 with it because I don't want to see another fan base lose their team. But on the other hand, I'm also happy to have my Comets back. So
Yeah, the only thing that has struck me on that story is at first they were supposed to be in Boston, now it went to Houston, and it's been like a back and forth. So I haven't put any roots or any seeds into the soil of hoping that it will grow from either one of those two places because I don't think that's going to happen. Just because the WNBA has been a little flimsy in the execution of this. Anything for you, Tara?
If y'all didn't go to the New Edition concert, y'all missed a good concert. That's all I got to say.
Okay. I heard it was off the chain.
It was one of the.
Yeah, I do know.
One of the best.
I was the seventh member of New Edition. Like it was Ronnie, Ricky, Bobby, Mike, Johnny, and Ben. Just so y'all know. Y'all probably wouldn't have known that offhand. Yeah.
Just like I was their backup dancer. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just saying. Things happen. I wasn't supposed to.
It's called 2 left feet.
Nah, I can dance. Don't worry about that.
Go
ahead. Let's get off of that. Let's go. Come on. Stay on focus, people. What are we eating?
What we eating?
What you cooking today, Casey? What you cooking today? Or what the wife's cooking?
I believe she's thawing out ribs right now. I gotta go to the store. I got a list already, so I gotta go to the store after we finish it. So okay. I think she's gonna put some ribs in the Instapot.
Okay.
So that kind of ruins my my stewed tomato thing that I was telling Nubian Sumo about last night.
Oh, okay. Yo, thank y'all for having me on last night. I was not
Thank you for coming.
I wasn't jumping in with y'all, and then y'all. I think Don started, and I was like, all right. I guess I gotta jump in. And it's funny because I made the wrestling ring logo. I made that like literally 10 seconds before I went on with y'all. It's one of my best logos. But yeah, like I always say, we do dope shit. But food wise, I went around the corner to get spaghetti noodles because I forgot that in my shopping list, and they didn't have any. So we're doing tacos today. It's Taco Sunday. I got the little pack from what is it? Old El Paso. I got one of them little joints, and we're gonna make it happen today because that's all we got. Are you cooking today?
I have no idea. I'm gonna cook something, but I have no idea. You know, when you got a house full of young adults, but right now my uncle's downstairs cooking breakfast, so I can't wait to go down and eat breakfast once I get off with y'all. So no telling what dinner gonna be.
So what's in the breakfast menu?
Grits, bacon, sausage, eggs, and I don't know what else you got down there.
Yeah, you better. I hope you got multiple toilets in your house because that's going. That's gonna open people up, but it's gonna be good.
All you missing is fried apples. That's all you missing.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now. At 3 o'clock p.m. at the Rogers household, Preddy household, whatever last name she going by, they gonna be a bunch of people sleep. Cause after we
not today. It's now we got game schedule. We not gonna be asleep. We about to be wide awake.
Okay. The game gonna be watching you because I know the game be watching me. You give me some grits, some bacon, and some salt. Yeah, you gonna hear me snoring the whole time. It's gonna be I'll be in the back like Michael Bivins in the background, snoring my ass off.
I don't know things. I have to decide. I'm going to ask my young adults when they wake up what they want for dinner. If they don't say what they want, hey, they on their own.
All right. So first and foremost, I'm gonna do like I always do, and we do every guest. You always have an open invitation now that you've gone through a whole show with us. You are now able to put some stuff on the shelf in the refrigerator, as we like to say, right, KG?
That's right. You got a shelf in the refrigerator. It's a pretty big fridge too.
Yeah, and if you show up more than once, you can do more. But you always got an open invitation. If you want to jump in with us, ask for the link and jump in, and we'll let you know what the topics are. We do Sunday Rise. We do Tuesday night flight and the Thursday night throwdown, which is also called the Friday Eve show until we say it's the Thursday night throwdown. That's just something I got. It's my little trademark. It's what we do. So invitations are open. Spaghetti and meatballs.
That's
solid.
easy.
But see, the only thing that Tim does different is Tim does sugar in the spaghetti. I'm not a sugar and spaghetti guy.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Sugar
Okay,
goes on grits and spaghetti. Let's go.
All right.
Ew. Hey, that's you from Maryland. That's something somebody from Maryland would say. That is. Oh, hell no. That just turned my whole stomach.
2 grilled wahoo.
Yeah, grill. He said 2 pieces of grilled wahoo with rice and peas and corn on the cob. Also, shrimp bowl.
Mm.
Okay, that sounds good.
Damn. Eat so much shrimp, we got iodine poison.
I know that's right.
You know, I might just go get me some crabs. You know what?
I knew that was.
That's how you can die and tell them
Is the
thank you
weather
for
right
having
for
me.
that?
He said brown sugar. He
Yes,
said brown
I
sugar.
all year long.
I ain't never put brown sugar in it.
Okay.
But I mean, it's gonna be 60 today, so 60 is pretty. 60 will be good enough for crabs.
Not so 60. So here's the funny part is I had thoughts of doing chili because I saw that they had beans and all that stuff. But to me, if it's over 50 degrees, I can't eat chili. I gotta make spaghetti. If it's under 50, then I'm doing chili all day long because chili is one of them things. It's like I like my women, I like them thick. You know what I'm saying? They can be thick in the right places and pretty in the faces. But yeah, guy has something to hold, baby.
That's why he's a player.
Whatever, lady. I know you ain't talking.
And Anthony said he used to stop in Maryland. He would go to his parents at the dump trucks in Virginia. Would go to Baltimore. It's a fried blue crab cake sandwich from LP Steamers.
I've never heard of that place.
Never. I'm gonna have to look
Never heard
that
of
up
that.
because
Yeah,
I love a good crab cake.
I do too, but I don't want it fried. Give it to me broiled.
Ooh.
You gonna
Hold on.
say
Hold on. We're starting a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Crab cake place.
I'm not a fried person. I'm not a fried person type of girl. Give me my broiled and grilled. I'm good. Everything else, when you say fried, I may eat a pieces here and there, but other than that, give me all that grilled and broiled. It's healthy for anyway.
Okay. So next time you come on, we're gonna have a crab cake conversation.
Okay.
All right. KG.
You gonna say bye? Thank you for having us.
All right. For the Midnight Rider, Miss Tara, I'm the big guy KG.
Oh, you
enjoy the games today. Enjoy the games today because we don't have no games again till the weekend. So we're gonna be sitting there. You need your college basketball fix. So enjoy the games today, and we will see you on Tuesday. But don't forget, you got drive time tomorrow at 5.
Right.
Pretenders or contenders at 7.
Right.
All right.
That's tomorrow. So until then, we are the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network, and we are out of here.